When I was young, I used to watch a lot of Indiana Jones movies with my dad, and I got really interested in the idea of becoming an archaeologist. I was always really fascinated by the things that human beings leave behind, the threads that connect us all through time. And eventually I got that job as an archaeologist, and I ended up traveling all over the world. I excavated sites in Australia, in Mexico, in Hawaii, in Iceland, and I saw some pretty incredible things. I remember I was excavating this prehistoric Mayan village site in Mexico once. We'd been there for about 3 months, and it was hot, and we were excavating a lot of pottery. The thing they never tell you about archaeology in school is it's actually really boring. You end up digging up the same thing over and over again and bagging it and tagging it. Anyway, I pulled out this one piece of pottery, and there was a fingerprint on it. And all of a sudden, I was a time traveler. I could actually take that piece of pottery, and I could put my thumb in the thumbprint on the piece of pottery, and I felt like I had this direct connection to this person who made this pot 1,200 years ago. I think that was probably the best moment of my career. Unfortunately, moments like that in archaeology were far and few between. And I felt that what I needed was a more direct connection to history. I needed more of a sense of adventure in the discoveries that I was making. So fast forward to 2008, to London, and I was standing on a bridge over the Thames, staring at Battersea Power Station. This was the central power station for London from the 1930s to the 1980s. And I was standing on this bridge with a group of urban explorers, people who were enamored with the building. The building had been derelict for over 20 years. It was left to fall into a state of ruination and decay. No one was really looking after the building. And although we were incredibly fascinated by the building and by its history, we were also frustrated that we couldn't see what was inside the building. So we solved our curiosity in the obvious way. We hopped the fences, we snuck past the security guards, and we had a look for ourselves. And what we found inside was incredible. We found these breathtaking control rooms that used to be used to shift power across London, and they were in a perfect state of preservation. And I remember being, slightly terrified by what we were doing, but also I felt this immense sense of wonder. I was feeling this really visceral connection to the history of the place, and it reminded me a bit of being young. And any of you who have kids, I'm sure you've experienced this. The fascinating and also frustrating way that they just try things out without any thought really to what the goals or consequences might be, right? It felt a bit like I was rediscovering some of that childhood energy.